There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Foreign people who waiting to sell. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brothers giving us here and the parents of them. The welcome and life without fear.
I lyrical health.
Master.
Clear Paris, who make on you. I can't ask you to be benyo. Say my journey, Tina can ask my jamo. And he's no money. And who I go. And you love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I can't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I can't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I don't get it now ya to money. That's the baby, and I don't get it now. Cause you walk on my ya to money.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Foreign people who waiting to sell. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving a real and the promise from best. The world with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Montserrat, San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bonkan to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
Indeed, good evening, people. Good evening, our listeners. Good evening to all of you in our radio land, our cherry listeners. Whether you far or near, I want to say the pleasant good evening to all of you, no matter where you are, our guests, that you are following us live and loud. Or better still, we are clear in your system. Through your gadgets, or as you may call it, or maybe the radio. Want to say the pleasant good evening and compliment of the season to all of you. Yes, those of us who are celebrating the Merry Christmas, and we are into our what? We into our the children themselves. Almost all of the schools you have the children nowadays. They gave it in some papers, some citations, as you want to call it. They gave it in citations telling them that the festive season break will be somewhere around Friday. That will be the 19th of December. Almost all of the schools having their festive season break. And our children, our school-going children, the future leaders, they are also participating into some of the school activities, that is, the children too. Let me tell you, God be God. That's why when I see people beating on children, tears roll down from my eyes, because the reason there is that we pass through these things. We pass through all of the worst of time. We know what they call bullet. We know the AK-47. We know the G3. We know the El Arrow. We know the Barritor. We know all of these guns that you think about. So when we hear, sometimes we listen, we see some of you acting in mood to threaten, some of you just look at you, we laugh. We know all of these guns, and we know how the guns sound. But that was then. And we are now into a rebranding stage of our lives. So we will not sit back and allow our children to struggle to suffer. Some of you parents, you say, that one of the color call they content when we're talking about this issue of the teacher behavior towards our children. One teacher one if I want the color say, maybe we partially hard time to, so it's better that no, my brother, no. If it were better, right now, do you know the meaning of the social media? Do you know how important right now is the social media, that people can bring live coverage of happening or event in places? My brother, we are already transition. And our people, let's share the show. Good evening to all of you, our people. Mark will soon be here with us. Let me see. Quickly, let me have the team. Sorry, I have to share the link around. But today's a basic day. Those of you who just joined it, today's a basic and wonderful day today in Liberia. Share the show. The show will be interesting today. So share the show. And sorry though. That will do no. So yeah, let's share the show. I'm trying to send the link around. Yeah, share the show, people. Have James David, my brother, compliment of the season. Who'll be there? Jackson Jean. Wow. And dear person, good evening to you, and thank you so much for always joining us, Jason. That's wonderful. That's one of the best things to do for you, to always join us here on this platform. So people, let's share the show. I'm sharing the link around. Let me see quickly, but let me send the link to you, Monk, and that are the rest of the followers, the panelists here this evening. But those of you who are watching, share the show. Today will be interesting. Oh God, it will be interesting today for you, all of you. Welcome, all those of you who are Decemberists. We have a lot of our people back home. We have our sis Ruth Ravers Pengba also back home, and yeah, so I want to say welcome back home, those of you. Thank God that y'all will be here and y'all will see some of this happening. Someone will say this thing, your feet, and maybe sometimes people think that we are against or we for, but you will be the referee and you will tell us. But today is a protest day in Liberia, and Jason said, yeah, me and Mustafa wish you a happy New Year and Merry Xmas to you, everyone in Africa. Thank you, my dear brother. All of you that may recognize you, have you sending Addison? Thanks to all of you for watching. Please let's share the show, give us a like, comment, and share the show. Will be interesting this evening. We have so many things in package for you that we're going to unveil for you, our listeners, our followers, and better still, our well-wishers. Even though all of the people who are, look, their life is interesting. The oppressor, yes, the people who think that yesterday they were oppressed, those ones who were chanting, singing, battle cry, jumping from place to place. Today they are the one making mockery out of other people who want to stand up for the same reason. Like very interesting, but like my country. Don't be for, don't be against. Now you say, oh God. But anyway, that's good. Let's share the show, people. Mom will soon be here with us, but it's really interesting Wednesday evening. I have this social issue quickly, but maybe when more come, then we'll ask some of you. But there's a lady a video been trending, or in fact, we've been talking about her, that she was having some interaction with the little dog. Is that how you call those of you who know some of these scientific name? That little puppy, or how you may call, and she and the little dog was having some fun, and that girl was brave enough to put milk in her mouth for the dog to lick the milk in her mouth. So, oh God, yeah, look, their life interesting. Sometimes when you ask yourself as to how we get sick, this is how people get sick in Africa, or better say in Liberia. Thank God that she was able to video record herself and post it on the internet. I won't call her name, but some of you know her already. But that was so bad on her part, because I can still recall, I think that's happened. When we used to hear the kind of news before, like alleged that these dogs, have some social interaction with some of our sisters here and there, right? And to come out live on video for you and dog to be licking each other, or to be like you allowing the dog to have a kiss in your mouth. That was terrible. And I was saying in my heart when I saw that video, I cried. Look, if that girl going to be my sister by this time, we broke up. I will never gonna speak to her for the rest of my life. Maybe even if I was speak to her, maybe I'll be upset about to interact with her physically. No, I'm not gonna do it. Because if you can allow for you and dog to have social interactions in that fun manner, then what next? So we just pass by some of the social things to inform you out there that these animals, these pets, there are difference between you and them. There are a lot of differences that God put between you and these pets, or between you and the animals. So you and animals not supposed to be walking and kissing each other. That was bad. Well, up to now, we're still waiting for Ministry of Health to be able to even give us some of their reactions to that, as to what they think. Because, mind you, they suspended, or in fact, yes, temporarily they closed down the school just because of the dress code of a comedian. So, Ministry of Health, we are also calling on you. Go out there and watch that video and immediately have that lady arrested, carry her for quarantine. Make sure that you have all of your time to have maybe even the vaccine. Maybe have her vaccinated, have she on boyfriend, because even after that video, yes, she made another video where she and her boyfriend, they were kissing each other. So you see how disease spread. You see how the issue of disease spread. But again, people that move, that's a social thing. We just pass by with you so that we can let you know that there are terrible things happening behind the scene. So now somebody is saying sometimes you don't even know where you get a sickness from. But this how we get some of our sickness or sicknesses that we get around here today. That's how we get it. Then we blame the witchcraft. We blame these old, poor women and old folks, that they are the problem. They are the one, in fact, they are the one on our lives. But see the way you are parading yourself. A young woman like you. What again will move, people? Let's show the show. Today will be interesting. What happened to the protest? The protest has ended. Okay, Brother Ali is here already. Good. My dear brother is here already. Brother Ali, good evening. And what's up, my brother? Good afternoon. Good morning.
Cool. Mabel, good afternoon from my end. Good afternoon to our listening audience and followers. How's Mama Labira? How's the family? How you guys doing?
Well, from my end, we're doing great. Thank God for life. And we are gradually moving into the festive season. But on today, the most talking about December 17th protest that was talked about, or in fact, that was planned by the Solidarity Group for Noonday or STEM, headed by mobile model today was staged, and they were seen today at the ground of the Capitol Hill, because that's around the Capitol Hill. But later on, after all of their plan and everything, later on I think they were dispersed, and I think they are now heading home. So far so good. I think that's a major thing that happened back home here in Liberia today, with the issue of protest coming from STEM. Well, as far as we are concerned, we are good. We're good to go.
Oh, that's good. Yes, thank God. Like, we always pray for peace, for protest, non-violent, where people can go, they express themselves, and then they go home. Even though I heard that some arrests were made, this I think always happening in Liberia. There have never been a protest without an arrest being made as thing to be corrected. But so far so good. We didn't see police, because I saw them well armed, as if to say Liberia is going into war. I can't really understand.
With your end. Well, I don't know whether you're getting me, but I'll leave.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, at least now I'm getting you, but I will not get you first. But go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, as I was saying, I don't know why when they talk about protests, you see police well armed as if people are going on a war front. I don't really know why that for. Because you people supposed to be happy, right?
Oh, okay. Yes, that's a brilliant question,
Yes.
and that will be answered. I think we will chip in on that to know exactly as to when it comes to the issue of people standing up with the issue of people, protesting. What are some of the things that needed to be done, or what are some of the things the way people see protest? Are we still living in the old age world, or are we moving forward now that we need to freely associate and disassociate? Monk is here already. My brother, good evening, Monk. Good afternoon. Good morning. Have
Man, I'm doing great. Great to be here. I don't know what happening or the responses are still slow. We are 16 minutes past the hour. I'm only seeing 64 on my screen, so something is not right. Either folks are coming in late or they are not sharing the show. I did mine already, so we see. Maybe they will surface as the show goes by, but 16, 17 minutes, then we should be okay. Maybe 20, 25 minutes. I will keep monitoring and see what's going on too as well. But it's good to be here. A lot of things happen in the country today. The protest, that's the trending issue for the day. They stand, the advocacy group, and their protest. There are a lot of things. I was sitting here earlier in the morning, following activities, looking at the protest, the response and the reaction throughout the country. People giving their views. I'm looking at the security situation. They have people assemble. And I saw the president convoy. I think he left earlier today. I think you posted something like that. The president is going home earlier today. But there are two sides to protest. We will get into that when the show starts and when we get most of our audience here. So we'll talk about the political aspect, the optics of the protest, and what are the potential outcomes if they were able to achieve something, or they will be able to achieve something, because you don't expect the return of the protest to come the same day if the government is going to change the way how she conduct business. So we'll see. It gets a matter of time, but I got my own observation from the protest today. That's what I can say for now on the protest.
Good. Mom, thank you, Sam. We're still sharing the show and we're waiting for most of our people to need to come on. That's good. That's a good observation. So now let's move back to the social issue that I just talked about. This video that's been trending with a young lady seeing, having some form of interaction with her pet, or would say a little dog or a puppy. And at the end of the day, she was seeing, in fact, she put milk into her mouth, and the dog was sucking the milk from her mouth, and that sparked off mixed reaction from her video that people were heavily criticized her for that. That indeed, this is how some of the disease or, in fact, sickness or what you may call come about, that people will be able to joke with these things. But what say you? I think we can start with that. Why would do the sharing of the show to wait for at least few of our people? What's even better than go to Brother.
Well, I don't know. People got different views. Some people, they will do things just for validation. They just want to be on social media. They want that reaction, that dopamine hit, I would call it. So they would do anything and everything to get a reaction. I believe in domesticated animal, cats, dogs. These are animals that play the role of companionship. You keep them at home. You interact with them like almost like a human being. But at the end of the day, they are still animals. And we are animals also, but we are the highest form of creation. Like I tell people, we got complex thinking. We can project into the future. We can see risks and be able to detect. So I don't know why someone would want to go that extra length. Even if you're in a clean environment, they are still animals. At the end of the day, there are certain viruses or diseases that will be detrimental to your health as a human being. But like I said, some people will go the extra length just to get that validation on social media. They will do anything and everything to get that initial reaction, the comments they like. That's all. Most of them is all about, because if you want to prioritize your health, I don't know why it's there to put milk into the mouth of an animal and then sucking it. I really don't know. I saw the video. I was like, you know what? At the end of the day, we are all different. We're not the same species. Even though we are all humans, we do things differently. People got different cultural orientation. In America, they got veterinarian hospitals here. They got dogs. Dogs got better health care than some human beings around the world. They care them for cutting their nails, for grooming their hair, brushing their teeth. They got people that get paid for that. But even with all that, as for me, individually, I still got some demarcation that I draw my line. No matter what, you can treat them like human beings, but at the end of the day, I know they are not humans. And when it comes to sicknesses and disease and virus transfer. All these things you have to take into consideration. So I don't think I will go that far, but some people will do. And matter of fact, the historical evidences are there from World War II that had things like syphilis, gonorrhea, HIV came because people were sleeping with animals. Yet they are animals still. No matter how you treat them, they still remain animals. So it's okay for her, but that's not okay with me. I don't think I will reach that far ever. So that's individual preference. Maybe are you still there?
Maybe we are not hearing you.
Sorry. So, but Ali, what say you with the happening socially, seeing yourself as human and having interaction with animals,
Maybe
especially social interaction?
I saw that video, that disgusting. Today some people they are getting some I don't want to say certain word, but there are some people today, they content creators stuff that they are on, they go out there doing all kinds of crazy things. Today you will see people going in the street half naked in the name of creative content and what have you. So I don't know as to whether she was creating content by doing such a thing, putting milk in your mug, giving it to your dog. This is not good at all. I don't really know why she had to do that. Like Mom just said, World War II, this is how diseases started to spread, you see, from animals and things. So you doing that, like you said, Mayborn, she had to be tested and going in the midst of other people. These are people, sometimes you go in restaurant, you sit here among people, you go in eating and all of these things. That's not good. I don't know why she actually did it for. But she had to be called from costuming. I don't know if she's a content creator. I don't know, because these days people are doing all kinds of stuff in the name of creative content. But you cannot create content to that level where in now, when people see you, they will be like, probably you are not normal. If you can be kissing a dog publicly like that, who knows? Maybe you had something else doing with dog in the bike. So that's not good.
Well, thank you, Brother Aliu. And let me say to you, yes, you are right. Sometimes some of the content creators, in fact, for Liberia here, I don't even know whether we are Facebook is paying, but I don't think Facebook is paying us for now. The only time you will get paid except maybe when someone register your account, maybe in the US or maybe in Europe or maybe outside of Liberia. That's the only way that you'll be able to have something. But the issue of being popular, you are right, man, there, but people want to use every means to be popular. And I think most of our young people, you can use the internet positively instead of you only, using the internet, because sometimes too, we are also abusing the internet. That's why when you see sometimes Mark Zuckerberg, the owner of Facebook, will sometimes block your account, sometimes have you maybe put some restriction on you, is that means you are abusing the internet in the simplest form, especially Facebook. Whenever you see they put certain restriction on you, that means you are going, or in fact you going against their their restrictions or things that you're not supposed to go against or do. So, but again, for us, my brother, like you said, people will do everything possible just because they want to be popular. Look, it's very easy to be popular. There are a lot of content creators, my brother, who sometimes they copy the musician songs. They go to their song, they promote them, people follow them, people talk about, that's another way to be popular. But kissing dog, we're not making it to be popular. Today, what happened today with the other comedian today that went to the school that were naked? What happened to him today? His entire comedy now is a race because we want to do business with him. So sometimes you got to think, young people out there, you have to think outside the box. The internet is there to build you or destroy you. Amen. Anyway, Monk, maybe another thing before we go, my brother, because some of our people, they don't know that the internet is there to build you or to destroy you. Now, anywhere you pass now, as long as you have that kind of thing, you'll be saying to you, as young woman as you are, They will say, oh, now they get against the dog. It's bad.
Yeah, some people don't take that into consideration. The internet never forgets. It's going to be on the record for the rest of your life. That's why I keep saying it's all about it got some cultural context, it got individual preferences. Because in America, when you see people playing with animals, you will want to believe that they are dealing with another human being. And for some people, the animal serve as human being. They got people that wrote their will while they work for you all their life and left it to a dog. They put it in there, they document it, their lawyer signed the contract, and they left it to a dog. So it all depends. I mean, I don't know why she's doing it, but it's not uncommon. I'm just saying that she's taking it to the extreme, and that's something for a guy like me I won't do. It's not that I hate animals. I just believe that no matter how you can treat an animal like a human being, they still remain animal and they got limits. But for some people, they know no limit, and that's where the individual preference come in. And when you talk about the internet and the marketing aspect of what they call it clickbaits, they got people that will do anything, because when you go on some other trading desk, you will see an ad. So technically, they're not doing it for the video. They get doing it to get the attention, but the attention is to lead to that advertisement. So anything you see, even they can do it in America, they call it the tabloid. They get read or catchy story. Oh, President Obama is dead. No, that headline, they put it on the supermarket shelf. The moment you walk into the store, you see that headline, right? You want to read that article or that paper, right? The next thing you're going to buy that article, and the next thing you know, they got some little ad that is running there. Maybe they're selling some product and you're going to click on it, or you're going to buy that product. So it's also a marketing strategy. So people, like I said, they will do anything for everything, no matter what. It all depends on intent, but I won't go that far when it comes to animal. That's one.
Wonderful. Now that goes into
yes. Like Monk just said, I can remember when I was working in the hospital. There was a workmate I had, and she used to be working when she make it. Oh, I had to go to my other job and I need to take care of my daughter. And she always telling her that she don't have a child. And so one day I asked her, you always talking about daughter. Who's your daughter? What she showed me was a dog picture. I need to take my daughter to the hospital. My daughter need to go for surgery. I need to raise some money. My man, that girl doing 2 jobs just for that dog business. You don't play with dog in this country. Well, I see people kissing dog, but you don't play with it. But Mom or maybe 1 minute, please. There's a trendy story from your state there. What's going on about this guy that something his wife and took the children to his mother and went to Canada? I think he had been arrested. What's going on in that?
Oh yeah, I saw that story. I saw the video from the St. Paul police. They posted. I don't know the cost, because I think they have 5 kids. I think she's an African American. I know he got some Liberian background. They call him some Cobol. I don't know where he comes from, but I know he's a Liberian. And I think he killed the mom. I think it was one of the kids' birthday, and he went there. And while celebrating, he put the kids in a particular room and he shot the mom to death. And then he put the kids in the car, drove off to Grand Rapids, Michigan, almost 7 hours away from here. And then he was trying to use the Canadian border to then take a flight. I guess he was on his way back home and he was trying to find a way out. I mean, to leave from the whole North American continent. Because if you come from Michigan, don't forget Michigan much closer to Canada, and they got some borders, just like Minnesota as well. So if you're coming from Minnesota or Michigan and you go into Canada with the intention of getting a flight to Mexico, then more than likely you are on your way to Africa. That would be the quickest and the easiest part. Exactly that what he was trying to do when he got caught at the Canadian border. So it just breaks my heart yesterday. I don't know what will lead you to that. If you got 5 children, I don't know whether it's child support issue, whether it's some emotional abuse, but either way, no matter what, you are talking about 5 kids. It's not an easy thing. Even if you hit the mom to death, how do you justify killing another woman with that have 5 kids? Not 1, not even 2, but 5 of them. And it was so sad. And these are not going to bring the negative stereotype on a particular culture. You know, let me tell you something. One thing I look at people that be talking about racism and all that stuff. Look, when you come to another country, you try to assimilate. It doesn't mean that the people who were born here, they are perfect. But when you come from another country, you are not on equal path with them. They got some leverage. That's why when you are a natural born citizen, you got some rights that other people won't be able to boast of. Because when you come from another culture, you got to come and integrate. So you got to walk a chalk line. You got to stay away from trouble. You got to do things. Because the moment these things become a pattern, guess what? They start stereotyping people from your country. That's just how it is. That's how human beings operate. They can say, oh, Nigerian people are criminal. No, not every Nigerians are criminal. But when you get too many criminals coming from Nigeria, then more than likely people will demonize Nigerians as being criminals. That's just how human nature operates and functions. So when you get people that are into fraud and killing their partners and doing some despicable things, guess what? at the end of the day, we who from that country will also get the kind of the pushback
Mhm.
negatively.
Yes.
That cultural stereotype. Don't mind it. So when I see these things, especially coming from our community, we talk against them. When we see our women insulting each other, no, all these things create stereotype. And whenever you have been stereotyped for the wrong reason, guess what? It have a long-term effect to your community and to people coming from your country. That's just how it is. So it was sad, but that's life. No matter what, there will always be people like that in society. There's nothing you can do about it.
I don't really know, Mong. This is why, for me, I always tell people some of these things come from sometimes depression, sometimes frustration, and what have you. This thing these days, I always tell people, for me, I can always tell people, for the work I do, my mental health, I prioritize it than any other thing. And I always advise people, relationship-wise and whatsoever, if you are in a toxic relationship and abusive relationship, there is no peace, there is no happiness. Like Chairman can say, walk out. You kill that woman today, but now the rest of your life, there is nothing that you can justify that you had to kill her for, no matter what she did to you. If you were depressed, if you were frustration or any other thing, you are already get children. You can say that whether be a child support, we don't know the story surrounding it. Maybe we get to know later. But these days, people, because of sometimes depression, frustration, they go ahead and do things in relationship. Walk away. That's not your first wife. That's not your first husband. Walk away. Go your goal. Let he or she go in the goal, and you go make your life. But today, he was trying to escape. And like you said, Mom, I heard the same thing. He was trying to get back to LRB. So he was making his way out. And that's how he got arrested. But thank God. Now that's why he go down in the Liberia name there now. Yes.
So to that, let me just chip in on that. But to that, for me, I don't even understand the reason why even you want to take away the life of the mother and leave the children vulnerable. That one thing that make no sense to me. Why do you want to take away the life of the mother who's supposed to guard the children up to certain time? Even if you have issues, if you're disappointed with everything, you want to take away a life, why you can't take away your own life?
Finish.
Say you think that life is not important. Say you think that the issue of disappointment is only you. Then take away your life. But again, my brother, you see,
yeah, but put a photo. I send a photo in the inbox that you can put on the screen for the viewing audience to get an idea as to what we're talking about.
Let me just see quickly about there, brother. Yeah, but you're right, more. But this is frustrating, and let me be frank. These are some of the things that more men, always do, and that's why some of the marriage laws today, almost 98% of them just go against men because of our attitude, because the way we behave. Why you want to kill someone? Even if a person tell you that I'm tired, I don't want to be with you anymore. Why you want to kill them? Why you want to beat on them? Why you want to fight them? Especially your life at that level. But again, thank God.
And the thing too, like I said, the way you are grown, culture is very important. That's why when you don't have a disciplined culture, it doesn't matter which part of the world you will go, it will still follow you, right? I know African American, I know how they talk, I know how they were groomed in this country, the kind of training, most of them in terms of stereotyping them, whether it's for the wrong reason or for the right reason. They are people that are very aggressive, they talk. Their culture is in a way that in Africa, we say because the person is older, we got to know how to talk to them. For them, this is not here. They will express themselves because of how they were taught. That when you got something on your mind, you got to tell someone in their face, irrespective of their age or their religious background. Tell them as you see it. So even your kid, you will see kids talking to their parent in a way that you would never think about addressing your problem in Africa because it's a whole different culture. And when you get kids by them, it's a whole different thing. They treat you differently. They believe now, okay, I got kid by this guy, I can control him. And they think about child support. It's a very big thing because in Africa, men are not disciplined. We pass around, have kids, children by women, no sponsor. You can see it happening all over in Africa. You just born by a woman. You abandon the children. You go to girlfriend play. That woman is struggling. No money to feed the children. She got to struggle with them, stressing herself. No, you will pay the consequences. And at a certain point in time, based on the number of children you will have, your life will be useless here, no matter how many jobs you'll be able to do. Because if you and the mom not together, think about, or Josh, or issuing or monthly stipend of child support or for 5 children. Do you know what it means? So technically, you are only working for the woman to take care of the children, and at the end of the day, you won't even be able to afford gas for your own car. And that is
So all that you just explained, my dear brother, go back to what? Not willing or not thinking about certain issues. So even if you ask today, is that lady or maybe or that lady that was killed, was she married or was she in a relationship?
Well, I don't know about that. I'm just saying, I'm looking at it.
No, I get you. I understand. I
Yeah.
understand some of the frustration. I know, my brother, the reason why I'm asking, the reason why most of these things are happening today or more is because people are not willing to forgive each other. People are not willing to let things go. My brother, today you see a whole life, he messed up everything.
Yes.
Just because he's not willing to let things go or he's not willing to even forgive. No matter what that lady did to you or maybe quote or whosoever thing, my brother, let things go.
Let it go. Walk away.
Let it go.
Let it go. Walk away, my brother, and go.
No. If that man want to go down there that night and celebrate well with that woman, I've seen people, or in fact, I've seen a relationship that separated for 5 years and later on they come back together. My brother, the man have child so, the woman to have child so, and they still come back together. This things work. But the issue of most of us, especially, I don't know what are that from 1980, 1990 generation are coming up, my brother. We just get angry for little or nothing, even to the women today. Most of the divorce cases, thank God that we're into all of these things. Most of the divorce cases today that are ongoing is deriving from most of our women, our mothers, our sisters. The reason is that because they think that men should not cheat. And who told you that men will not cheat?
Yeah, they may take the whole discussion somewhere else.
No. These are reasons. And when you even divorce your wife or even your husband, what's going to happen to the children? No, the same thing, my brother. So the reason why I'm mentioning this is that more people are not willing to let him go more. I said once upon a time on the show, Steve and Mr. Kennedy, or in fact, Steve, I said that for me, I can forgive my wife because of what the Bible said. You should be able to forgive people. But just because sometimes of social media, sometimes somebody communicating with your wife or with your husband, you create all the kind of more tensions in a home. And you allow the children to suffer.
It's not only about regular dispute. Most of the time, it's about mental resilience and having that toughness, right? That mental toughness. Some of these things, because of the pressure in America here, you don't just born kids because you just want to have kids. This will fundamentally change the way your life is when it comes to having kids. Children, people call them blessing. No, and not in all cases children can be blessing. Sometimes they can slow you down. You look at a young man who think that he got potential to do so many things, right? And you got 5 kids. The fact that you can take care of 5 kids. So maybe it's not about maybe the wife and the woman going through confusion. Sometimes it's just about the issue of child support, not living together, parenting time, and you got 5 kids you must take care of. It put that extra pressure on you. And some people are not mentally tough enough to go through that, most especially if they are living in 2 separate homes, because I know there will be something they call parenting time. Men are not built to take care of children. So think about a woman living 5 children with you on a daily basis to be switching between you and her. You're not together. Maybe she get her boyfriend. She want to go out to the party because they are all young. I think the girl is in her 20s. So she believes despite 5 kids, she still got the option of exploring life. She want to go out there and have fun. And what do you think will happen? She must put those children on him. And the psychological part, talk about you paying money for children, right? Now you got 5 children. Your income cannot even take care of you because you got so many children to take care of. You already frustrated. You're working for no reason. You feel there is no need for you to even live because there is no chance for you. If you cannot take care of yourself from your job through your income, why is the essence of you living? That's how he saw it. So then, rest of it, you must engage in something called parenting time. The children must spend the weekend with you. I need to get the mother a break. All the frustration, it adds up, and at the end of the day, some people are not built to carry the stress. That's why they can do things to end their life. The same thing happened in America. You look at a man that work on Wall Street, he trading, maybe in a day, he lost $1 billion because he took a risk. He come home, he kill his wife, he kill all his children, put in the bathtub, drown them, and kill himself. They cannot stand it because the pressure and the backlash. People are not mentally strong as you. So when these things happen, you got to look at the individual, and it's just sad that he's from Liberia, but there is no justifiable reason, like I said, why you want to take it. Either way, there is no way. No matter way. Yep.
No way at all.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's it, Mark. So we got to transition, but quickly, 30 seconds. But I think you know everything, but nothing for me. Nothing will make me to go that way, because whenever you think about going that way, or if I didn't want to do some of these things, think about your own life, think about your freedom, think about the children. Now the children this, I think similar thing that happened, I don't know, in Nigeria, right? Yes, I think in Nigeria, a musician, a lady that got killed also by her husband. Today, where are the children today? They are vulnerable. So sometimes there are some decisions that you want to take, or you want to do, or you want to make. You have to be careful. I agree with everything that you said, Steve or Monk. Some of us will pass through most of these things. So I understand. I want you not to tell me most of these things, my brother. I know. But should we take away our lives? No. Should we take away other people's lives? No. But again, like you said, everybody made different, and everybody handle issues differently. But again, my brother, that's it. So that's
Maybe, let me tell you something. They got women here who will provoke you to anger, right? They will get their boyfriend because you didn't have child or children. They will show to you that the money you're giving them for child support, or what they're using to fix their hair, they go to salon, they fix their nail. They will bring their boyfriend for you. You have to play on you mentally. But they got some men there, no matter what, whether they're 2 or 3 children, they got men who are working here extra overtime just to take care of their children. But not everyone will settle for that. That's what I'm saying. It's an individual thing. He cannot justify why he killed her. But I won't say because that's something I could go through or bear, I would expect him to carry the same burden. No, that's where the difference, the individual differences come in. And that was, we are reacting by killing the mom.
Monk, can you imagine your excuse me, your baby mama calling you, telling you, oh yeah, Monk, this is the peak CC. You need to double or to, so you can pay more money for child support because my boyfriend and myself, we need to go out. This Christmas, we need to go so and so play. Can you imagine your baby mama calling you? You see? Yes.
The boyfriend life. Stop. At the expense of your own children. So and some of them, they watch, they can even deny you are seeing the children. That's the part. You paying the money for the children, you paying the child. You don't have others of the children know they will still restrict you. But she and the boyfriend balling all day, they eating crab, they're going to famous day, they eating or spare rib at your expense.
So I know from where 2 of you are speaking of, I understand, but for me, I know my brother, I know how frustrating it is, because even right here in Africa, we who are also struggling, we go through these things. Then, however, you know what's going to happen with you people on that side, where the law is very strong. You can do anything that you know. So I understand. I'm feeling you people are feeling the pain, and you know. There where now you guys, some of you who are serious fathers, there where you guys kind of come up and make sure that some of the laws on that side be repealed. Because you're right. Because we're in this world that I'll be thinking of my child, but against the child. I say it can't happen, no. But I want to see.
Hold on. Let me get one common example again. Think about you, right? Maybe you got 2 kids by a woman, let's say 2 or 3, and the state tell you must give them maybe $900 a year. You already live your minimum wage. Your own paycheck, even with our children, it's not even enough to sustain you to live a better life or decent life. Then you must look at $750 or to $900 and give it to a woman because you got 3 kids and you got to support the kids. Now you can't even afford your own car note. You on the bus route. Minnesota, it can be 620 below zero. You wake up from bed 5 in the morning, go stand to a bus stop. Then you see a woman who buy car for her boyfriend, she paying car, no, the main car got rims on the wheels, it's spinning, all those shiny gold. And say, wait.
So you see, I see where some of the intimidation, the frustration coming from, because most of the women, they prefer to use you people like talk about 5 children. Where in this world of women,
you can survive.
You don't want to survive, just be having children like that, just because you see it as business.
Yeah, they see it as business, my brother. Yes. When
And
you
the bad American, when it comes to sex, you can't play with them because they can be like 11 years old, they are supposed to sex. So maybe we got born little children and eating, having fun. But at the end of the day, it's not only about making the kids, they were taking care of them. Because you look at their ages between the men and women, they are young, they are in their 20s. I don't know about 2 million 20-year-old having 5 kids. How do you survive? My brother, you are not even exposed.
5 children.
People, 5 kids at the 20.
Yes, neighbor, that have a black American, they can trap you. So when you can't yet zip your trousers before you make all your ass, before you make all your in 2 years time, you get to the children.
Yeah.
Zip your
And
trousers.
in this country, children is a business. So not only about having them, but because you get state benefit, you get free housing, you get medical, you get food stamp. The more kids you get, the more money you make.
Yes.
So the way she gets 5, she multiplying that 5. She said maybe if I get different men, if all of them give me 5 like 2,005, like that guaranteed income for life.
Oh
so,
yeah.
Because the number of children determine the kind of a benefit you have. So in America, having kids not only about bringing families or business too for.
And I don't know, Mark, and I don't know as to what point how long it's going to take us men for our eyes to be open to most of these things? Because they just set up on their brother, or you and brother Ali, they still continue to happen. It's not only this guy that have the 5, other if I'm a brother of mine, brother of mine today. In fact, when you have the first one, he called me and said, my brother, thank God, in fact, like just a bank. So the guy went to the States, and he was able to, to find one Loma girl, so he was happy. But at least I found one of our sisters here. In fact, she too quiet, she cool. I mean, I'm not going to American people. I will go with our own Liberians. I said, okay, no problem. They have the first kid, though. I'm telling my brother's story. So the guy commented, my brother, thank God, though, your sister gave birth, everything fine, everything okay. I said, but they move on. In less than a year, I heard that my brother called me again and said that my brother, your sister pregnant, though. I said, he said, yes, you'll soon be giving birth. I said, all right. Mark, in few months' time, my brother called me and said, my man, your sister and myself, we not together. I said, what happened? He said, my brother, right now, the one I'm on right now, I'm thinking about how to pay bill. You're asking me what happened? How to pay bill for the 2 children. What happened? Since that day, my brother just watch it and say, my brother, the 2 children that I have, I'll be taking care of one and think I'll be into a relationship anymore. So you see, to some of our sisters out there who are watching this show today, don't use your brothers as business. No, I think this is
don't only bring the women. Let me give you. I can give you one side of the business model on the women's side. They also get a business model on the men's side.
Sure.
They got a bunch of men here who thought that sex is entertainment. The way we can do things in Africa, that's not how people do things here.
At all.
Society of accountability. You bring children in this war, you are responsible to take care of them. You got to give them that fatherhood, that parenting time. You got to bond with the kids, take them out. At the end of the day, it becomes stressful on your life, especially for a young man who believe he still want to explore out there. So they come here, you see any girlfriend you get child by them, right? At a certain point in time, it will cost you your life because you cannot be irresponsible. You got to know how to carry yourself. So for some men, let me spill the beans now. We forgot about the business model on the women's side. The men too, they can play business model too. Because when you get all these children, at a certain point in time, you cannot take care of your life. You cannot call your basic living expense. You know what most of them will do? They come to Africa and come get married. You know what they come to get married for? They're not looking for women or love. They are looking for someone who they can partner with, because when that woman comes, then they got joint income because she will start working too. And all that pressure that he's supposed to pay to the other woman to take care of the bill or ex-girlfriend, the wife now coming from Africa will be another source of income to cover up to take that pressure from on him. So now all the men that come to Africa come to look for wife or looking for love. They are
Mark, stop putting the people's secret as Mark. You said something very deep.
No. Maybe you don't be biased. Why you want to hear the
why are you going to tell the men, sir?
Don't be like, what kind of deacon you are?
I will just sit here and spoil our sister market. Oh,
Yeah.
so you mean up more for
That's why when someone comes to marry, you got to do your own background check. You got to ask.
So that
Let me ask a typical question, right? Why you think someone that lived in this country for 10, 15 years will just all of a sudden want to come out to Africa to come get married? No, it can happen. You can go to Africa, you can see someone that you really, really like, But I mean, on a bigger scale, it can only happen maybe 3, 4, 5% of the time. The vast majority of people that are married, they're not married with the right intention. That's why you don't just be happy to come to America. You got to know. And these are some of the things that can bring problem in the home. The woman come to, she got her family, she got her own goals, her own dream. She want to come and work hard to save her money. We never can know that she was brought here. Yeah.
This is real. More, this is real. Wow.
Yeah, that the business now, the business on both sides, the women inside, the men inside. So that's how you're looking when men going to marry you. Just start to do some background investigation. How long you been here and how you been living your life.
How you been living your life? How many children?
Because that man get child support there, we get 3 children child support. So when you come in, just know that you coming to join him to be paying the child support. The day that child support clear for on him now, then the both of you can be.
When you know the starting of child support in America, they're not going to give you. No, let me tell you that. You know that when I can break your heart with the child support, right? It's one thing when you're taking care of your children financially and paying out of your own pocket voluntarily. It's another thing when the state take money from your paycheck without the money reaching to you. Can you imagine? That's the one that some people can't even stand, especially those with a lot of children. It's one thing when you take your child to a supermarket or to the store or to a grocery store to buy anything, you don't care because it's psychological. You are the one carrying the child, right? And you're spending. And sometimes you will even spend more than the people who are on child support.
Yes.
But the child support is psychological because they are taking the money off your paycheck before even getting to you. That one can hurt your feeling. Especially for men that got a bunch of kids around here. You work on your paycheck, maybe in 2 weeks, they say, yeah, we got to make $1,800, but the money that we do is at $350 after 2 weeks.
It can pay you just like you on auto pay sometimes. Where the money cut to your account, you think about doing something, they finish calling from there.
Can you imagine after paying child support, you even say get enough job to take for the following paycheck? That's where the frustration can come in and people start doing crazy stuff, man.
And no matter what you do, you can't be child support. You working to be a factory, and you think when you go Coca-Cola factory to where they will not call it for. No, whether you do 2 3 jobs, they will call it for all these jobs. Don't say, oh yeah, they will only call it for beer factory, so let me go work to Coca-Cola factory. No, anywhere you work, they will call it from there.
And Aliu, that's just one portion. The another psychological aspect is when you are working, right? And you cannot see the outcome of your income as to how it's improving you, it make you very, very tired. It make you like discouraged to even go to work. Because why the ass not waking up from bed every morning? You to take a morning child support and you cannot even take care of your basic need. The person who's going to work, you can't buy a new car, you cannot service your car, you cannot even afford gas onto the next paper, you can't buy new clothes for yourself because everything goes to the children. And we're talking about some of them 18. Now Minnesota is saying that up to 24 years. So if the child will go to college, Minnesota law saying when the child decides to go to college, we can carry to 24. I mean, so do the math. If you're already in your 40s or 45 and they give you 24 more years to your life, you are done, bro. Or if you are 50.
We giving you the code the day you can't save your child.
Today, I think the entire social event,
you take the show.
Everything educated. It's good. At least that some of our people they're following and they understand that yes, this thing happened. So that's why most of you mothers, sisters, uncles, brothers, all of you relatives out there, if you see that your son or any of your relatives they're not supporting you like that, don't get vexed. Sometimes they don't want to tell you that what people are saying. They're saying that what can happen and are true. Let me tell you, some of us we are aware of most of these things. So if you see that the people are not giving you like that, but you know more that the business aspect of the entire thing that you people say today, why you not giving me cool?
No, let me respond. I don't do the comment. Let me respond. The reason I know I've seen a lot of victims, I'm not saying I'm perfect but I got some level of discipline. I got one son. Matter of fact, my picking even live with me full time. He even left going to the man. So for me, when it comes to child support, it's not even something I'm thinking about or I've never went through it. I'm just saying, for my friends and people that I've met in this country and how they went about living their life individually, they got some people that got good support. You meet your cool girl, the auntie, the mom there around. You can bathe the children, carry them to go spend a weekend there. Some grandma there, but everybody don't have that same leverage. Maybe you don't have a relative or family around, and you must do everything. So if you messed up, it's on you. That's why the frustration can come from. Like this man, mom, were all the way in Grand Rapids. You can carry the kid to Grand Rapids every day. So it means when he's not working, he's taking care of the kids because there's no other support system around that bill. They got some women you meet them, yeah, the sister, the auntie, and the all around. They got the network of family around the same vicinity and think you can drop the kid, they can give you a breathing space. But not everybody. Some people came here, they are the only one in the family to ever cross the Atlantic Ocean. Everything is on them. So when they make mistake once, they will live with that mistake for years. So I'm just saying, you Liberian men out there, you got to know how to be responsible. Yeah, this is not Africa. Know how to carry yourself. Know who you are having child by, and be able to communicate. Even when you get problem with the mom, don't just follow any woman because you believe can get you a punchy, so you can just punch children anywhere. No, it will come back to haunt you and it will destroy your life. That's what I'm saying, my brother.
More back to you and that, Alisa, we have 4 more minutes to go for the news break. Do you people think that these are some of the reasons why Africa is still behind? This is why maybe we're not developing. We're now selling most of the phone back home because you got to pay attention to all of these kind of wahala. Because most of these things is like, even no matter how you put it, the woman that you people were talking about, she will go celebrate, she will go have fun with some of the money and so forth. Because this is, for me, I'm still confused. Because if you are here in Africa, for example, how do you make little money? You put the children in school, that's the major one. You get them a day feeding, at least even per month, another thing you have, you give it. But on that side, month, it's far different.
It's different. There are rules, there are protocols built on your income. The income you make determine how much you pay in terms of child upkeep and child support. So it's a system. That's how they do it because they got irresponsible men. They got men here who will take care of their business. They will prioritize the children will spend time with them, they will go for summer vacation. Yeah, they got men. But equally so, when people make law, they are looking at the vulnerability, especially when it comes to women. Because if you bring the African mindset here, there will be a lot of children without father in their life because they will do the same thing that we did from other cultures. They will want to bring it here. So that way, the people believe it's like a safety measure to protect the women and the children so that they can get support and force you to do parenting time. Because you can, even if you're paying the money, maybe you got to have that bond with the child. It's very crucial. It's even greater than the money you will give them because they got social services. Yeah, the time you spend with the child, that playing, you get to know their behavior. Yes, because that's how they will grow up to become decent people of society. So guess what? The state will measure, my man. The children will spend 70% of the week with the mom, 30% of the time with you. So on your day off, you go and pick up your kids and they spend time with you.
And there are some men there in this country, like my cousin, for the past 9 years. She even says see her baby daddy because if he paying child support, so he expected to come and see those children. Yeah. You see, like we are saying here, they are in Liberia now today. Some of our brothers, they go they bomb at the other person's daughter, they need the child, they go they bomb at the one, they go they marry another woman. You get 2 children out there, the mother struggling with those children, and then you marry another woman. Those children, they are getting the best of life. That foolishness. You see, who they may expect to come and take your responsibility? This is why I say Liberian men are the best men in the world. You can see the woman with 2, 3 children, you will still marry her. Yeah, you still marry her. Yeah, Liberian women, they are also the best. You can see the man with 2, 3 children, you will still get married to him. But that idea of just going, you bomb at women and then you dash the children with them, they sending cold water to send the children to school, that foolishness don't happen here. No. Yeah. So when you come here, you don't know how to get yourself together. My brother, your people will be over there. Say my son John went America. Yeah, you will get here and they will take it from out of you.
Yeah, the funny thing, the way he just said, the China in America, but he parked it well in Africa state. Even though he live in America physically, but he won't well in Africa, no mind.
Wow. No, actually, this entire social episode, I think it is.
In Liberia, people can decide. Somebody making 500, they say, "Oh, I will be giving you 50 every month." That's it. That kind of thing. You don't decide yet.
Minister, deputy minister, assistant minister, people into government positions, they will decide how to. Senators, representatives, they will decide how to take care of their own children.
But you don't do it here. the government will decide, the government will tell you, okay, yeah, John, this is what we will be taking for your paycheck every month to send to Mary, and that is final. And they're not coming to ask you.
Oh no.
As soon as pay they read, they just cutting it, going straight to Mary. They not nobody coming to ask you.
Mark and Ali, you can take over Ali for the future and lecture about the protest. We'll join you people after the
we'll do the protest
break.
after the break, more than likely.
Yeah.
Today, one of our regular fixture on Sktv, Biba Weller, I think today is her birthday, so I want to remind the listening and the viewing audience it's a special day, so you can wish her happy birthday. She's always on Sktv. We share the show. She's always here, and today is her birthday, so thank God. Long life and prosperity, good health, like I said on her status, as you celebrate your natal day on today's what? The 17th of December, right? 2025. So, long life, sister, and good.
Yeah, we wish you all the best, good health, long life, prosperity, peace, and happiness.
Oh yeah.
Enjoy your day and be safe out there.
Yeah. So, Ali, that's it. Until we can get back, I will come out. We'll go to the protest. I mean,
Yeah. Let me take a break too.
Yeah. We'll be back. Maybe one just play something for the audience, something on the screen, at least some video or the protest, something. At least just put on the screen.
Assembly before the executive mansion. So is this going to be like a week long or more protest? So you expect that to sleep here tonight? Okay. So your demand is still that the president comes out in person to receive your petition. But one may say that is not obvious. I mean, as per international best practice, where the president himself will come out. I'm not saying it's never happened, but it's not easy to see. Okay. So you're going to accept, you're going to present the petition to members. And who do you consider a responsible person? Or respectable? Who do you consider a respectable person? So, okay. So you're talking about the Minister of State? The deputies. So that is up to him, sir. So I'm not going to want to see him. Mr. Malu, what they say is July, the turnout at the July 17th. What's your comparative analysis?
We have sufficient turnout. We have ample turnout. Irrespective of the threat of police
So as you hear from the police, they have up to 4 o'clock to leave the premises. They have up to 4 o'clock to leave this place. So we are still here, closing argument, live at the grounds of the, not at the grounds of the executive mansion, but we are in between the University of Liberia, the Capitol building, the road leading to Central Town.
Yes, Andre. Somebody buying right now.
There you have it here. The police are all been deployed. The police have all been deployed here. Police has all been deployed here. So we are waiting up to 4 o'clock. The police have just informed. The police have been informed the protesters that they have now to 4 o'clock to leave the entire corridor. So there you have it. The police are now moving. They are throwing stone. They are throwing stone. So they are throwing stones. The police are moving gradually. So the police have not stopped their movement. The police has stopped the movement, and they are continuing. So they are moving. You have members of the Dawn Security. You see the Liberia Immigration. You see the Liberia National Police and that of the Liberia National Fire Service. So this is the closing argument. My name is Joseph Sally, right here on Capitol Hill at the main entrance of the legislature and that of the University of Liberia. So keep following us. We've been out since 6 o'clock this morning. We've been out since 6 o'clock this morning. They are now throwing stone. So they are now throwing stone. The protesters are throwing stone. So keep following us. Tell us where you're watching us from. Malou is still here. Malou and his men are still here. Malou and his men are still here. They are moving the protesters.
Still coming further.
They are still coming further here. You see Malou is been circled by his supporters. Malou has been circled by his supporters. So they've now stopped. The police has spotted their movement here. So let's see what next, whether they will continue. So they are now moving. They are now moving. They are now moving. See through. So it's getting tense here. So it's getting tense here. It's getting tense here. Rack has been through here. Rack have been through. They are throwing stones at the police at the moment. They are now throwing stones at the police. They are now throwing stones at the police. So the movement continues. The movement continues. So tear gas has been fired here. Tear gas. Tear gas has been fired here. The first tear gas has been released by the Liberia National Police. The first tear gas has been released. Yeah. So they are moving. They are now moving. They are moving towards the headquarters of the Liberia National Police Central. So keep following us. This is the closing argument. So they are still throwing stones. So they are still throwing stones. So they are throwing stones at the people businesses. So they are throwing stones at the people businesses. The second tear gas has been released. The second tear gas has been released. The second tear gas has been released here. A tear gas done it. The second tear gas has been released. The crowd has been dispersed. We don't know the word about Chairman Malou. Chairman Malou has gone. Oh, so they were wanting to enter your shop. Imagine. They were about to enter the shop just because they made a statement here.
So what statement did you make that prompted you guys to start throwing too much? Why they wanted to enter the shop?
Yeah. They want to enter inside. They want to enter. We are running for the member. They start talking right at people business there.
So there you have it. A traumatic scene here. Trying to invade the people's businesses. Trying to invade the people's businesses. So the police are still moving. We don't know the whereabouts Chamamulu. We don't know the whereabouts those protesters that came earlier on. All of them, they have gone in hidden. The police has now taken over the city. The police has now taken over the main street, moving with their men. Order given by IG Gregory Coleman that they should be clear off the street. This is the scene. Tell us where you're watching us from. What do you make of this protest? The police are still coming back, heading towards Central. We are left the main entrance of the University of Liberia. We are approaching the headquarters of the Liberia National.
Good. So people were back. Those of you who were back after the news break. Mark, Brother Aliu, and the rest of the team. Yeah, so that's some of the happening there today at the Capitol Hill. As a matter of fact, the Capitol Hill, where we have the Executive Mansion, we have the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, we have the Liberia National Police, we have the Capitol Building, and so forth. Yeah, so that's it. These are some of the happening. But back, let's move on quickly into the happening of the day, especially when it comes to the issue of the protest. But Ali, another month. First, let's begin with Month that began this morning between 10 o'clock, where we saw the solidarity for a new day of STEM, headed by former CDC chairman Moba Mu, who had our entire group. And yes, they were able to come out with their team to protest or to have their petition, according to them, that they were going to give their petition to President Mahmoud Dikon, President Joseph Imamwakai, but unfortunately, I think the president also left from his capital, in fact, from his executive mansion office today, passing by them. Also, but Mark, what say you with the protest? What's your own observation? Mark? Well, Mark, we are not getting you. I don't know what happened to your end, but we're not getting. But are you okay to check your mark? Check your system.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm getting you. I'm getting you, but I'm not getting more. But Ali, go ahead. What say you with the protest? With all of the happening today, what you capture from everything?
Yeah, like the protest, I saw some part of the protest today. I saw people were being arrested. I saw the female police manhandling another female today. And I just seen this because I don't even know that tear gas was used today, because all of the scene that I've witnessed, I didn't see anything like tear gas. And again, I don't know why today the truck was impounded by the Liberia National Police. I don't know why was that for. And people are going to protest when they are not causing any violence. Why should you go and impound the truck? You see, because I heard Chairman Molu talking that their truck was impounded, they took it to Central, and even the driver were arrested and all of these things. So there is no more freedom of speech in the country. People don't have the right to protest in the country. You see, I don't really know what's happening. But again, we have a president that his first developmental project of his administration was to disrespect the rule of law. So sometimes these things, they are not strange to me. I will always say this: in as much as you get a president that does not respect the rule of law, then lawlessness is going to be the order of the day. And this is why you see people are people are protesting because of hardship, because your rule of law is bring pride and dignity to your country. It attract investors to come to your country, that the rule of law have been respected. But if you can get a government that does not respect the rule of law, and this is why Bwaka continue traveling. The only thing you travel, you say you are depenitized, you are depenitized. With all your depenitized, if there is no respect for rule of law in the country, how do you expect investors to come into the country? And I just seen that people were tear gas today, and the president left the mansion very early today after those people who gave you the power, who make you who you are today, and they are not happy with the way in which you are proceeding, and decided to come and give it a petition, and you move from in front of them. That's a disrespect to the citizen. You see, that's not good. You can't do that as a president. Because if you have policies, sometimes you see this thing happening when the government fail to implement policies or to put out policies, to bring in policy that will impact the lives of the people. Then this is where you will see people protesting here and there. Because this 42-year-old experienced man, now another 2 years have been added for the 4 years, 81-year-old man. If he had a policy, like we always say, he been in government for a very long period of time, he know what's affecting the country. If he had a mindset, if he had a vision to move Liberia forward under his administration and stewardship, I don't think we're going to see this kind of thing happening. But sometimes people will say, oh, you blame the people that surround the president. The people that surround the president, he appointed those people. So when they are not working at his way and pleasure, he can fire them as well and bring people that can help him to implement his policy. But it is unfortunate that this government came to power without no policy, no plan, no agenda. And this is why up to today, nothing is happening. So the protest today, the way I see that tear gassing people because they didn't waste that one, that's not good. And for impounding their truck today, there should be freedom of speech. Yesterday, you people went to executive mansion. Joseph Baka was there. What was the caption of the June 7 protest? Mayborn?
Well, I think that was the only caption.
Save the state.
Okay, save the state. Good. Save the state. And that
protest. You see, he was there. People were cooking at the executive mansion. And you endorse it. You were part of it. They say you were part of the COP or what kind of P. But today, under your stewardship, under your administration, you say, oh, people cannot go to the executive mansion with protest, so nobody can cook. It was good yesterday, and you were part of it. You didn't condemn it. And sometimes I see people, they want to question the integrity of Chairman Molu. If you can get Joseph Baka that served 12 years as vice president, he came and told you that we squander all opportunity that we had to transform the country to make it a better one. And he was seen protesting in the country. What integrity he had at that time? But today, Moluba Molu, who was party chairman for 6 years, they say, oh, he had no integrity to go and protest because of the same thing they were doing. When George took over in 6 months, Joseph Baka were protesting. He had the integrity after serving as vice president for 12 years and squander opportunity. But that's Liberia for us.
Well, thank you. These are questions I will be asking, maybe moving forward into some of our shows here as to who have the full right to talk, because sometimes this thing always coming out that the other group of people should not talk, the other people don't have the right to talk. But again, let's move back. Yesterday, the people that was quote-unquote oppressed, today they are the one now jubilating, celebrating. And let me just read this one from one of our sisters, one of our father, one of our supporter, Ruth Rivers Bengba. Even though she right here in Liberia, she posted on her Facebook page before I come back to you, Mark. She said, now you're sharing the photos of your friends being beaten and chased. That's the question she asked. When you were arrested, people stood up until you got released. Today, you think you have arrived just because of the monthly 250 USD that you are making per month. Liberia self-made heroes are cowards. Once their stomach supplies demand are met, their morals are invalid. Mark, there where we are as people. Yesterday, people said protests were good, but today they are criticizing the issue of protest. What say you, my brother, with all of the happening?
Well, just before I transition to the protest issue, my observation, it was Pastor Gerald comments that called me, and he was kind of interested in the social topic we were talking about and how people should transition when they come here, how to be very responsible. So when we open the line, he will call for at least a couple of minutes, and then we can transition to the rest of the color. But to the protest, for me, I'm not into this or tit for tat. The first thing when I've watched protests, look at the attendance, the magnitude of the protest, the public or perception and the feedback from the public. And when there is no death or property being destroyed, I think it's still a successful protest. The issue of arresting individual here and there, these things will happen when you are leading a group of people. We know some people will get out of contention. So we got due process. That's why we got a law. That's why we have police officer, whether you get fire truck. At the end of the day, once the protest was able to, you could commence the protest and no death, nobody still got burning cars are not being led ablaze. I think it's still a successful protest. The one thing I keep observing from the protest is like the more protests we schedule, it seems like the less responsive the people are in terms of following up on the protest. And you don't want to give the government the impression that the people are not in support of the protest in terms of the attendance and what you try to achieve, whether it's a petition. Because at a certain point in time, people are saying, okay, we see exactly what they are doing is what the people from the Save the State protest did, so we should do the same thing. So they start looking at it from a political lens rather than looking at the overall objective of the protest. Because when you have protests, you want a particular outcome. You want for the government to change the way how they do business. You want to get certain things in return. But when the support is not there, when the society itself is not responding, when you're not getting everybody on board, people boycotting the protest, and you got more police officers than people that are on the street, then somehow the government doesn't see the need to react or to respond to the protest. That's what I keep observing. That's why I say, when you are going for a protest, it's your right. It's a constitutional right. You can call for a protest at any given point in time. You can petition your government, yes. But at the end of the day, it's not only about petitioning the government. Why is in the petition and how the government is going to react or respond to the petition? That's how you can determine whether a protest is successful or not. And if it have been one protest after another, we see people more like an agitator. We jump on the street, we go to the executive mansion, we cook on the mansion ground. But at the end of the day, the things that we are protesting for, no, they are not changing. They remain the same. And when you keep coming up with these sporadic protests with no tangible outcome, at a certain point, the government will just hear like nothing but a bunch of comedians and agitators that just want to disrupt the flow of the day on a day-to-day basis. That's how I see it. And I said it. I said, you can call me any name you want to. I told you guys, I said, let me tell you something. Optics is important in politics. Psychology, the messenger, the message. Look, Moluba Molu is no regular person. Moluba Molu was the chairman of CDC, the former ruling party. So whether you can call it protest stand, you can call it sit, you can call it squat. At the end of the day, the popular perception, the moment that sees Moluba Molu, oh, that's sedition. Either he gave an organization to say whether he's an advocate group, they will still consider it to be that. That's why I don't like to make protests political. It must be about the message. It must be coherent. The people who form the protest, you cannot give any reason to compromise your own protest because government also monitoring. The government react based on what they see from the public. It happens everywhere in the world. Take, for example, in America, we are 350 plus million people here. You call for a protest in Washington, D.C., and you can get 50,000. You think the government is going to take you seriously? No, they won't. No matter who leads the protest, no matter what the cause of the protest is, or what you're trying to achieve, once they cannot get that public reaction, no, that protest is already dead on arrival. That's why when they say thing, I say, look, I'm not a fan of Moluba Molu. I'm not one trying to play politics. But if a Moluba Molu leads a protest, I don't think too many people will respond. They would think it's political. They would think that because his government is no longer in power. The same thing happened with Attire Suffering Rally. Attire Suffering Rally, the rally being led by Harley Cohen from former MPP man, Louis Brown. Okay, Louis Brown, I'm not saying he's the worst president in Liberia, but when it comes to credibility and accountability, Louis Brown cannot be the face of change. You tell him to head your rally. You think people are going to go to this rally?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So you got
to yeah, you're right, Mo.
Yeah, you got to know. I bet you now, if a Yaka Koluba calls for a rally in Liberia, people will react. The reason being, because people see him as a credible figure. People think that he's above politics. People believe that he can appeal to everyone irrespective. They make him credit the very government he brought to power. But when you start making the thing about politics, about tit for tat, oh, I saw some people got onion bags on their hair with pot passing in the major streets. I'm like, my brother, that's not what the protest is all about. Their protest is about putting government under pressure to get some kind of a desirable outcome. When you make it political, when you send the wrong messenger, you won't get the result that you want. At the end of the day, the government will just keep doing what the government does every day. That's what happens.
And to even add to that, Mark, 100%, you are quite correct. That's why the June 7 protest, the Unity Party, but then they were not in front.
Oh.
Mark, you know, you just
you need to observe, Mabon. Don't be
100%. That's why the Unity Party, the June 7 protest, it was not the Unity Party. In fact, whenever you hear anything about Unity Party, I was on that scene that day.
Yeah.
It was all about the CPP. And the rest of the other people named like easily here. It was
let me tell you something
about Unity Party.
Let me tell you something about that protest. The reason that protest was successful, the Wia government never gave the CPP what the CPP wanted. But when you read the petition, the CPP was literally giving Wia a blueprint to survive your own presidency. So when people saw the petition, they say, you know what? Okay, yeah, the CPP is an opposition group, but what they are saying, there are things happening in this country that people, no matter where you come from, even the rational one, we agree that was the best thing to do at the moment. That's why some of us, we took our time, we bought plane ticket, go to Washington, D.C., because we know it was bigger than just your everyday politics. It had no political attachment to it in terms of Liberty Party. That's why Unity Party was in the background, because the CPP was a brand by itself. And trust me, it was the CPP that started the end of a Wia presidency. The moment that protest happened, nothing good happened for Wia until Wia left power. It was the starting point of the end of the Wia administration. So when you make the protest bigger, with a bigger implication, and you make it non-political, and you put the red faces behind it, people will gravitate towards it. I bet you right now, I put Molu picture on the protest, nobody's coming to them. They think it's a CDC, it's a decoy for CDC to come and disrupt people regular day. That's why it's down natural death.
Yes, and that of the COP, someone is saying, yes, indeed, Mustafa Balo, you are quite correct. The COP, the CPP by then, but by then it was the COP because Henry Costa, by then he was one of the loudest voice or the voices among the other voices here, and the people that were talking about most of the ills in society. There's nothing about Unity Party. Unity Party business surface when they break away now from the CPP, there where now people start to, go now and say, no, but already the CPP or the COP or what you may call, they already finished, bringing the paper now to the spotlight. So they know when some of us now, we can easily go away now from the paper, so we got to go the paper way.
But Mabon,
yeah.
Sorry, I just want to ask you a question because I don't have any idea on that. Doing the CPP or COP or protest, were people from the Unity Party at that time, being the former ruling party, were hierarchies of the Unity Party part of the CPP or COP protest at that time?
Yes, they were there. And guess what? Let me tell you, this protest, I'm not saying whether it's political or not, but the COP protest or the CPP protest is what political. That one I can tell you for free. Because there were a lot of political faces that were part of that protest. And even this one, there are also, in fact, there are also faces like Alvin Wissett, and I think I saw one other guy who who are very used to also from I think from the I think Eddie Trawale. I saw someone there today like Eddie Trawale. Am I correct about you? Yeah, I think so in short, to your question, yes. The COP, the CPP, because by then people like Mo Ali, all the people they were also,
everybody was behind it. All these guys were there.
But guess what, Brother Ali? If not, almost 70% of the support of that protest came from the US or from the diaspora. 70% of the support, I'm not saying the protesters, but 70% of the support come from Aksa.
I want to ask you a question. Sorry. If you say doing the CPP or the COP protest, 70% came from the diaspora because of the way in which the government were proceeding. So, these see people that supported the protest then, So what is happening now in the country? It is okay that they cannot support any other protest. Are they satisfied with the way in which the government is proceeding?
That's the question.
That's what.
I come in,
Okay, go ahead.
Mark, you have a check because 30 seconds. That's the $1 million question. Even that question should also go back to even the oppositions that have to do with the ANC, because the ANC too, they were also saying, in fact, because of Alexander Cummings' participation or because of the ANC, most of the ANC supporters, they were also seen supporting the protest by them. So that question is 100% important, and I think that's a question that we should be asking each other as to whether is everything okay now. Because if you go back to Sister Ruth Roberts, I think that's a similar question that you're also asking. That yesterday we were supporting protest, that thing was not right, things are bad off, the life of our people are not going well. How come today now we remain quiet? How come today now we are bullying people? How come today we don't want to see protest? So that's right.
Yeah, Mom, I wanted to address that issue, Mom.
You see, there's where the messaging, the messenger, and the branding comes into play. That was a very technical question that you asked. And the reason you cannot compare, it almost like apples to oranges. That's why I say the COP protest had a broader appeal. Things were happening on the government-wise. People, irrespective of the party, came together. But why do you think it's not happening with the protest or the We Are Tired Suffering? The We Are Tired Suffering rally, people believe that it was not the message they were waiting to hear. Yeah, you can tell the government that, yeah, we're tired suffering, but how can you turn that into a rally, right? The political message behind that rally, the face of the rally. Okay, I can say Mr. Cummings, if you want to talk about it, he's not part of the CDC or the Unity Party. But that protest was seen mostly like an ANC protest under a broader umbrella. There was a political undertone to it as well. That's why it wasn't successful. Even the messenger, the main spearhead in that protest, the operational manager of that protest, people see him as someone with credibility. Here's the thing. Take the diaspora out of the picture. The largest opposition party now in Liberia in terms of number, you just came from an election, you got more than 800,000 or 700,000 votes. Moluba Molu being a face of CDC and former party chairman, why make you think he called for a protest that he couldn't even get 5,000 people right in Liberia? Because people know they can sense things when they know that there is a political undertone. Just in Liberia.
On that, Mark, let me take you on that. I think that's a good question or maybe good observation. But I think people may think that it is not CDC, because I saw some of the posts today from some CDC, they were saying that this is not about CDC protest. So for me, I will not go out. It's all about CDC, and maybe I see my political leader, I see former President George Weah into the protest, or maybe the party chairman now, or some of the party hierarchy, then I will go there. But as far as I'm concerned, it's them, according to some of them, and they may be right. So back to the ANC protest that you talk about, then that also is a betrayal also on the part of some of our maybe political maybe people or who are supporting, or maybe who quote unquote supported the previous protest. Because if you're looking for faces, Mark, let's be frank, then even most of the faces by them beyond the CPP or the COP protest, then they were not even worth to even lead a protest.
Yeah, let more play. I want to give my thought.
So go ahead, my brother. But
I don't know you explain it. It's still win whole water. That's what I'm saying. If you want to make the protest political without the right message or the right message, you will not get result. Even if you put a political face to a protest, if the society is not responding to that protest, if you're not getting kind of a positive vibe in terms of the support, it was one of the many reasons I was listening to one reporter yesterday. He said, while we have been experiencing coup in West Africa recently, but the one in Benin never succeeded. The guy said, because it's simple. The people, in as much as they are dissatisfied with the president's way of governing the country wasn't ready to embrace that particular form of a takeover. So anytime you engage into a political rally, you got to get the feedback from the people within the country. When you hear market women, driver, keke, pimping rather, and the thing about the COP, it brought in a large or diverse group from the Yege Koluba or to the Cummins or to the Baka. So people saw it like a national rally. The moment you get indication that there is some political undertone to it, that's when it becomes a problem. And like I said, I told you guys, Moluba Molu can organize 1,000 protests abroad. They will all die on natural death because he's a former chairman of a party. When the party he was serving on, they didn't follow rule or law. They were the one that were even how we got Joseph Parker today. How can your man talk about credibility and somebody leading? That's why I keep telling you guys, when you want to do a protest, get a feedback from the people first. Observe the political atmosphere in the country. Know who is leading the face. The face of the protest must come with some kind of a neutrality. That's how people will react.
But Ali, quickly tell you a second. So more to that, let me be frank. I was on the scene of the June 7 protest, and we've been covering. In fact, I think from the morning time all the way to 12, or in fact to 12 May Day, we were there up to the day the arrival of Representative Yeke Koluba. Let me tell you, you just mentioned Yeke Koluba, and you 100% right. Let me hear people out there today to call nation and say, yeah, maybe what you are saying is not true. The June 7 protest was still poor. In fact, it was still quiet until the arrival of Honorable Yeke Koluba. Until the arrival of your Honorable Yeke Koluba. I'm saying this tonight with evidence because I was on the scene. When the Honorable Yeke Koluba arrived with his people, there were now people start now to believe that yes, indeed, there will be a protest. In fact, the protest will hold. So, Mark, you may be right. Even if it's not coming, that can even go out and go and protest. People may not want to go.
No, they are not. They will see it from a political standpoint. That's why when you do the marketing, and another thing I can tell protest, I told you Ali on this platform.
So I'm not doing that about the face. So
yeah.
I don't want to agree with you that it's just only about the face. No, if it was so, then there will be, like for example, then even as an coming may even lead a lot of or maybe series of protest radar as we speak, that people will say yes because he's new, because he don't have any kind of material carried on. So people want to follow him, but they're not following because they have their own political maybe association or where they want to go. So in that, my brother, sometimes too the issue of bravery. People looking for people who will stand up for them, who will be brave. So, like for example, Yeke Koluba was brave by them. So let's assume that they stated.
Yeah, maybe we will so be we're not taking call today.
No, we're coming go to the caller. So yeah. to more previous conversation because more said that the protest was successful and it's right. That's where I want to also go because the issue is some of our people out there, Mom, they're looking for who will be brave, that brave soldier who will be able to go out there to even stand, with the security officers. So that one thing. So Yeke Koluba was one of the person who was strong, brave, and intelligent to challenge the security. That's what I want to say. So go ahead.
Yeah, but the problem here, people want, like people when they talk about protests, they are looking at the crowd and what have you. Like you said, the protest was successful because nobody was killed. We didn't see things then happening like we see in other countries. And the reason for which I asked the question, when you said that 70% of the people that were behind the protest were from the diaspora, and those things that they supported the protest on, these things are happening times 10 in Waka administration. Okay. See the level of corruption in the country today. See the level of hardship in the country today. We see this thing happening times 10 in 2 years of his administration. And for George Weah administration, it was just 6 months when they came up with that kind of huge protest. 6 months in the government. And today,
where are
these people? So now, if we're talking about face,
deceptive behavior of ours as
people, if we're talking about face, now, there are other people in the bureau that have integrity. They are not tied to any political party that are speaking out. So they see 70% can use these voices in the country with the exception of Molu. And then to carry on the protest, we're talking about the faces.
Yes, you're right.
Okay. So they see 70% can support people in the country that got the moral standing and integrity that are speaking out, and then they can organize another protest that will really put the government feet to fire.
I wanted to do this. We don't have that much time, and there is a very sensitive topic, right? We will just discuss this subject matter, and Pastor Cummins can chime in the last 5 minutes of the show and to get his view. Then tomorrow we'll open the line as to why it's it that when we call protest these days, they are not working in Liberia, whether it's about the face of the protest, whether it's about the message of the protest, or what we intend to give, to get from the government. Maybe we can open the line, then we'll get we can give them more time, but looking at a 10, 15 minutes. I don't know. It's up to you. You run the show anyway, so I'm just giving.
You are right, Mark. You're right, because up to that, Mark, myself, the entire protest issue are becoming too interesting, because with the question that Brother Ali asked, I think that question is indeed 100% important, and we should also look into that. That people want to protest or they want to support things because they feel that the issue of injustice, the issue of this, the issue of that. But the same group of people, they will sit back today and believe that everything is well just because it is a political party or it is a person of interest. But go ahead, take the person I'm talking about.
No, we'll discuss them when we're ready. Maybe I will call him later because that was a different topic as compared to the protest. So we can just elaborate on the protest, then maybe like the last 5 minutes, then we can get he take us home for the day, and then he can give perspective.
All right.
Family.
All right, so let's go back more with that your question about who the face. For me, I think the face is not matter. No longer our people anymore. They don't care about who the face or who not. And I always hear in this issue that this person is the wrong messenger more. Where in this war you want to look between CDC and United Party? Then you say CDC is the wrong messenger, or United Party is the wrong messenger, or this person is the right, this one is wrong. Who is the wrong and who is the right? For me, I'm still confused into all of this amount, because United Party, they're into the third term of what we call 18 years. But they're still claiming that they are the right messenger. The people that put us into poverty, that today we are still into higher poverty, they are claiming that they are the right messenger. And someone who also trying to take us from poverty, but they fail. They also leave us into poverty. They claiming that the person is the wrong, or in fact, they are the wrong messenger. What say you more with all of these statements?
When people talk about the wrong messenger, that's why I keep telling you, in politics, you don't appeal to people's logic, you appeal to their emotion. That's why the president who can sell the protest, who can frame the protest, who can package the protest in a way that people will respond. That's how people respond to protests. And face and messenger matter. We are not saying that they are perfect or they are with no scars. What we are saying, when you serve in the position of authority, it takes some level of credibility, because at a certain point in time, no matter how you say it, people will believe that you are playing politics. Like I said, the reason Moluba Molu is no ordinary person. He's not just even a typical sedition. There was the chairman of a party. Technically, he's one of the leaders in the structural point of a party, even though he's not there anymore, but that face is attached. Let me give you a typical example. If a Magio and Yega Koluba were to call protest in Labro, who do you think the people will respond to in terms of credibility? Maybe I'm asking you. If Magio were to call for a protest,
because of politics, maybe how the game will play, like you saw the content, you get called on Nathaniel Magier, rally was jam packed. But
because it was that was not protest, a political rally. That's a whole different thing. I'm talking about protest about how the government is being corrupt, how they are not reflecting the rule of law. Who you think the people will respond to? They'll respond to Yeke, because Yeke is the face. They're seen as someone who is credible. That's what we talk about credibility here. At a certain point in time, when you serve in government, when you become part of the governing structure, you cannot claim to be an advocate. You're already taking a side. That's why people who are not into the day-to-day politics, without any special interest in the government, they can bring people to the street because people see it as being genuine. That's the thing. That's why I make the situation. Okay, like you said, Ali said, why the people in the diaspora? No, because they think got international recognition from the local media to the international press. The COP rally was one of the most, I would say, branded rally in the history of Liberia. From BBC to CNN to how they call it group, the France 24. Everybody covered that protest. The magnitude alone. And why? Because the situation happened on the ground at the time. The people who were leading the protest, they could make the argument for credibility. Another thing is, I told you guys, whenever you start engaging in too much negotiation, 1 minute you're going to the police headquarters, you're going to the public, people start sensing some kind of a crack in the protest. Because like I said, one of the reasons we don't achieve outcome in Liberia when it comes to protest is protests are spontaneous. They happen generally. Nobody go to a meeting, go to the government, meet the president, send letter. No, that's not how protests are. But the reason in like, bro, we do this thing every day, and when people start hearing about a meeting or staying official meet with government, they having negotiation, people start, because we have credibility issue. So they start thinking, no, these guys want to compromise the protest. And whenever people get that doubt, trust me, they will not show up for the protest. So there are so many moving parts to it. But like I said, the face and the messenger, they are also important. So I said it, it's not strange to me. The outcome is not strange to me. I knew I was
Wonderful.
going to.
The face
problem,
yeah, go ahead, Balani.
well, the problem here, most of the time when this thing happen, I hear people talking, say, oh, people highly beyond civil servant or organization, this and that. Maybe, like you said, you saw some CDC saying that, oh yeah, they didn't attend the protest because it did not a CDC protest, it sustained protest. But because of Monuba Monu, when he organized protest, people will say, oh, that CDC protest. Let me tell you people something. The CDC will not protest in our country because you said they were destroying the country. You get for the 2-year-old experienced men that were coming to resurrect, to rescue the country. And so today, it is up to you people now. You will feel the pinch, and then you will do the comparison analysis. Oh yeah, we said Josh, we were doing this. But today, where are we? This government is doing times 10. And if the CDC decide to protest, we are the biggest political party in the country. We the second now because we are former ruling party. And everybody will come out, and you always see support from coming from the diaspora, and people will come out. So if that CDC you want to see protesting, why you sow is why you will reap. So if you will be taking Monu protest to be protest as edition and highly beyond, no. If Josh Weah want people to come out, you will see him up in outside. For Josh Weah to just leave you can see crowd. Then when he say protest, you know what will happen in the country. But why you sow is why we reap. And like I said,
you should have replaced Molu. We are in 7, make it a citizen protest.
But this is why that's a civil society group protest. The CDC said ready, people will know it is CDC themselves. But people get the mindset that CDC is highly beyond model. That's not a fight. That's a lie. And like I said, Melbourne and that of Mong, like we are talking about faces. The thing that brought the CPP or COP protest, it is happening times 10. So it is time that the people in the diaspora, wheresoever, even on the ground, they get people that had the integrity. They can reach out to those people and then organize a good protest. Other than that, the government will feel so complacent and say, oh yeah, it's like everything is well. And this is why we see the kind of huge protest. And that's what made me to ask that question. So those people who supported that protest, are they seeing that everything is okay in the country? And this is how the government feel right now. This is
what I'm saying. Go ahead,
more 30 seconds to that. Even if whether people protest or not, that will not in any way insinuate that things are better or things are not better. Let me be frank. People may want to protest quietly, maybe through the ballot box, and that's another way to also protest.
That's the biggest protest.
That's the real protest. So sometimes I see some of the government supporters, I see sometimes people who are against government also, I see their reactions, but mainly the government support. Let me be frank. You know the reason why some of us we left for people to stand up? It's not that we want for people to make noise, for people to no. I'm just saying that to some of you, in fact, you're hearing it for the first time. I was at the CPP. As my bosses here, I was assigned on the team that went there that day for that June 7 protest. Ask. My niece stay in the record. We supported people to stand up for their right. The reason why today the pastors, they are behaving the way they are behaving in most of the churches is because nobody want to hold them accountable. When you try, you say, oh, no, don't talk to the man of God. So you are going to step back. It's the same attitude. So people standing up for me, I don't think it's wrong. But also, it doesn't mean that the government will lose elections or the government will win elections. No. The issue of protest has nothing to do with government losing elections or government winning elections. But also, they tell you that you should stand up for your right. For me, Mark, that's my support towards protest. That people should be able to talk about ills, to talk about things affecting them, whether in church, whether in school, whether at home, or every other places. enough for only politics. But sometimes people think that when people protest, that means they want to paint the government black or they want to make the government ugly. No. People are protesting in so many countries and they people won elections. But go ahead, Monk, another thing.
Well, I just want to make a point. Stressing the point that Ali made about things happening in the country 10 times worse. That's why I keep telling you. In politics, there's nothing called reality. Perception in politics is what they call reality. The way how you make people feel will determine the way how they act. Okay, in the case of the COP, people believe that things were worse off, and that started the end of the CDC-led government. In the case, if you believe that things are 10 times worse than what is happening now, even if a chicken comes for a rally, they will react. But why are they not reacting? And if you're saying that the best way to protest is Alibaba, by the end of the case, Unity Party is making, we can do whatever we want. When come election day, come and prove your point and take us from power. But the reason I'm saying this is because the narrative we are making here, they are not the same two protests. The protest outcome, they are different. I am just saying, if you want to call for a protest, bring the people out, make sure you get a result. But when you want to talk about the partisan aspect of it, then you cannot make the argument, because if that's the case, then we can say, okay, let Boga keep running the 2029. When we want to protest, we just go to the ballot box and forget everything that is happening, and we can just go and cast our ballot as a means of showing that we are protesting against them. But with the COP protest, we saw it even in the by-election with senators. Some of them even survived today in Liberia because of the COP. Because what? There was a national consensus on the previous government. That's why they set the tone way before election. In today's environment, you cannot make that case. Like I keep saying, messenger matter, the branding matter, the message matter. They too much negotiation and going to meeting. All these small pieces, they add together that will make sure the protest will be dead on arrival. But anyway.
So let's see what's going to happen, because the previous protest that you're talking about, I think they were almost all of the oppositions against the ruling party. That was a protest by them. So let's see what's going to happen, because as far as we are concerned, there is no united opposition.
Oh, no, no.
Yes. So let's see, maybe if maybe moving forward next year, maybe maybe there will be united opposition, because you're right. All of the protests that happened under the previous government were all opposition political parties joining together, winning elections, going to elections, going to protest. That all no one opposition, especially major opposition political party, was out. No, we witnessed, we saw all of them. They were together, including the Liberty Party by them, all of them were together, and the
Pastor Cummins is on the line. Let him just take all then tomorrow we'll go for Pastor Cummins. You can
go no time. Yeah, go ahead, Mark. Take it quickly. We gotta go. Mark?
Yep.
Yeah, we're not getting I don't know.
Yeah, hold on one second, Pastor Cummins. Let me see. Let me check the volume here. I think you're sounding a little bit too low. Maybon, can you guys hear him?
No.
Go ahead. I'm not hearing you.
Hello.
Yeah, you're too low.
Yeah, very low.
Yeah, I think it's too low for some reason. All right, guys, go ahead.
Yeah, so hopefully on tomorrow.
I think we'll take a call tomorrow. Yeah, because you were too low and we're out of time. Tomorrow I'll call you to chime on that issue, because it's a very sensitive matter in our community here. So we'd like to hear from you tomorrow, hopefully. Yeah. All right.
So Mark, that's it. We gotta go home. No much time. And thank to all of you. But I'll quickly 30 seconds each. Maybe we can share in 1 minute quickly, then we'll go home.
It was a great show. That's it. We pray for the best for our country, no matter how our political differences are. We pray that the government succeeds so that our country can move forward. Till we can see you again tomorrow. God bless America. God bless Liberia. Thank you.
Great. Mark?
Well, not much to say. I guess I'm just telling the Liberian people and the public that when we engage in these political protests, the whole goal here is not only the politics, it's to get certain outcome from the government. It's to put that pressure on them for them to deliver. But when these protests keep coming and popping up here and there without any tangible result, they're more than likely we start creating some kind of fatigue. I call that maybe a political fatigue in the minds of the regular people and the voters, that maybe there are some political undertone and we are not going to respond to these protests, because look, the day of real protest will come to Liberia. When people see real protest, they will know it will be spontaneous, it will come naturally, irrespective of your political affiliation, people will join it. I can remember certain sedition, they were not large enough, but there was sedition that sponsored, that helped finance the Save the State protest. Because at the time, even though they supported the president, but they still believed that things were bad off on the ground, and that's why they came to that protest. So I'm saying, moving into the future, it cannot just be about jumping in the street every time. It's all about putting the government under pressure to get that result. So, my brother, thank you for the show, and thanks to the listeners.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, my dear brother. Good night to all of our people, our viewers on tomorrow. Don't, in fact, follow us. Those of you, I guess that maybe that you are thinking about the is that the local county stuff? Well, yes, we'll talk about that maybe later this week about the FOIA project. Don't forget, we'll also talk about that. Maybe we'll follow this week. Thank you so much, Mark, and see all of you on tomorrow by the grace of the Almighty God.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who willing to serve. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brothers giving us here and the parents from there. The welcome and life without fear.
I lyrical health.
Master.
Play Paris who make on you. I can't Sktv-Lib. C'est ma chenille, tina ke ase ma jamu. Engi sano muni, emu aye yo. Engi lofa mui, emu aye yo.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the lofa and grandmother.
Ena dine ya tumale, ena salia ya tumale, ena konagli ya tumale, ena koduvwa ya tumale, ena dine ya tumale, ena salia ya tumale, ena konagli ya tumale, ena koduvwa ya tumale, ena napagia na ya tumale, Sktv, ena napagia na, tosi wako ma ya tumale,
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the local and grandmother.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who willing to serve. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the premise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.